What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to talk about with you guys, this time actually revolving around the Detroit Pistons, with it currently actually being reported that the Detroit Pistons are trying to team up Lamelo Ball and Lonzo Ball. Then this is being reported by Jason McIntyre. I believe this actually came out before the lottery actually became a thing, and wow, this is yeah, it's not exactly looking too great for the Pistons now, especially after the 2020 lottery obviously happened. I believe the Pistons actually fell down around 2 spots or something like that, which is literally crazy to think about, that they'll be selecting with the 7th overall pick now. And let's face the facts here, there's pretty much no way that Lamelo Ball falls all the way down to pick 7. So I think for this to kind of happen, they're definitely going to actually have to, kind of trade up. And I don't necessarily know if there's going to be a way where they're actually going to be able to trade up, to get a higher pick, because they really don't have any assets at all to kind of go forward. I think one team that they could definitely look to trade up to is actually the Golden State Warriors, and it would make sense for both teams. So this is the way I would pretty much see it. So the Golden State Warriors currently sit with the 2nd overall pick, and it doesn't look like they're actually too convinced that they will be drafting James Wiseman at the 2nd overall pick. There's been a lot of discussion on who's the better center. Is it James Wiseman or is it Onyeka Okongwu? And, judging by the way the Warriors go about it, they do like that small ball lineup. So if they were going to keep it small ball, then I think that going with Onyeka Okongwu would actually make the most amount of sense. But I feel like drafting Onyeka Okongwu at the 2nd overall pick is just a little bit of a reach, and I definitely think he could actually be available at pick 7. So a way where I could actually possibly see a trade go down is actually if the Golden State Warriors trade the 2nd overall pick to the Detroit Pistons, and the Pistons give up pick number 7, I would say Derrick Rose and maybe a 2nd round pick or something like that. And I think that would actually make sense for both teams, as the Warriors can get the center that they potentially want at the 7th overall pick, while also bringing in a very good veteran guard in Derrick Rose, who's on a very cheap contract on about $7 million or so, that I definitely believe the Golden State Warriors would be able to take on. And considering Klay Thompson's going to have, I don't necessarily know if he's going to play a high amount of minutes for the first half of the season, as he is coming off that ACL injury. I still think, having Derrick Rose on the team would actually be able to provide them with some really nice minutes, and he can, come off the bench for 20 to 25 minutes per night to be that backup point guard / shooting guard as well. So I think that would be absolutely perfect for the Golden State Warriors, and it makes a lot of sense for the Detroit Pistons, as the 2nd overall pick would be extremely hard to try and trade up to, especially at pick number 7. And pretty much the only thing they have to give up to do that is really Derrick Rose, who doesn't make sense to be on the team at all. He doesn't exactly have the most amount of value. I mean, apparently they wanted Caruso and a 2nd round pick from the Lakers, and they actually declined it. So if that's true, then his value isn't exactly the greatest at all, and they just have to give up a 2nd round pick to move up 5 positions in a draft where they could, potentially now select Lamelo Ball with the 2nd overall pick, especially considering Anthony Edwards would be going at that first overall pick to Minnesota most likely. So yeah, they'd literally be pretty much trading Derrick Rose and a 2nd round pick to move up, the 5 extra positions and draft Lamelo Ball, who could be, in the future one of the best players potentially in the NBA. So I think that makes a lot of sense, in my opinion, for them to try and do. And it could also make a lot of sense for the Warriors as well, especially if they do want Onyeka Okongwu. But for some reason, I still feel like the Warriors are going to probably keep that 2nd overall pick and still try and draft James Wiseman. Again, it doesn't really fit in with their system, but I just have a strong feeling that that's what they might potentially be actually looking to do. Now, when it comes to the Lonzo Ball situation, I actually don't see a way where the Detroit Pistons can get Lonzo Ball, especially if they've lost Derrick Rose to try and get Lamelo Ball, then you ask yourself, well, what are they going to be able to trade the Pelicans for Lonzo? I mean, Lonzo still has a lot of potential in the NBA. Like, he could be a triple-double monster, really, if everything goes to plan, especially with Zion Williamson. Like, I mean, before the bubble started, he was playing absolutely insane for the Pelicans. He came back in the bubble and wasn't exactly that great, but again, he was averaging like nearly a triple-double every game with Zion Williamson, close to it. And then he was also, shooting better percentage, I believe like 38% from three. So he has been very, very good at the last part of the season. There is literally nothing on the Detroit Pistons roster, especially if they don't have Derrick Rose. There is literally nothing they could trade to try and get Lonzo Ball to the team. So in my opinion, what they would have to do is possibly wait to see if Lonzo Ball's value does drop, and if he doesn't do that well with the Pelicans, or wait till the next offseason or maybe the trade deadline to see what the situation is kind of looking like over there, at New Orleans, and if they're doing good or not, if they're, doing good with Lonzo as the starting point guard. Again, I definitely think it's going to be a waiting game for the Pistons. But as far as that trade for Lamelo Ball goes, that would be an absolutely insane trade if they could try and pull that up, because realistically, all they would be trading is Derrick Rose and a second-round pick to be moving up 5 spots in the draft to get Lamelo Ball, who could be, again, the future of the Detroit Pistons, will most likely be the future of the Detroit Pistons. So I just think it would be an outstanding move if they could make this happen, but I just really don't know if the Golden State Warriors are going to do it, and I don't necessarily know if it makes the most amount of sense, because, yeah, I feel like James Wiseman is still a little bit potentially better than what Onyeka Okongwu is, even if Okongwu kind of matches more with how the small ball kind of lineup is with the Golden State Warriors. But anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for the latest NBA news and NBA content. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/vlog channels. Links for them will all be in the description down below. And also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well if you haven't already, for just all the latest NBA content and sports-related content, as I was talking about. And yeah, just comment in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts and opinions on this? Do you guys think the Pistons should be trying to trade up to get Lamelo Ball? And do you guys think they should be trying to trade for Lonzo Ball? And do you guys think Golden State, or maybe another team for that matter, could actually try and trade down in the draft? And do you guys think the Pelicans would actually be looking to try and trade Lonzo Ball? Again, I definitely would really like to know your thoughts and opinions on this all down below. But as I was saying, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.